So tired. So tired. All right, I'll give you a second. Hop on. Say hello. What a beautiful day. April 1st. Wait, it's April Fool's Day. Oh, I don't have any April Fools. I have some things that have happened that my cognitive mind is like, this has to be April Fool's. Super, super crazy stuff going on. Like, I manifested something the other day, and yesterday it happened. It's so insane. Hello, April. Good morning. So I'm super tired because I got really behind in my class. I got really behind. Hello, Rose. Good morning. Hello, Lisa. I got super behind in my class that I'm taking. So I'm taking two classes right now for my for a master's degree because I'm crazy. This is my second master's degree because I just love school that much. Not really though. So my first master's degree was in education, and my bachelor's degree is in aviation. And then my master's is in education. I actually almost had my PhD done when Shane passed away, and then that just all kind of fell apart. And I really don't enjoy it enough to spend the money to go back and finish it. So, but now I'm getting a second master's degree that's more aligned with my current job. So it is in food safety and quality. Hello, good morning. Hello, hi Marie. And food safety and quality, I mean it's my life. Like that's what I do for my job. But in order to get done, I basically have to just take the classes that they have that are available online. So I don't really get to pick what part of food safety actually resonates with what I'm doing. So I'm in the bakery business. So I would love taking, more classes aligned with baking type products, but instead I have to just kind of take what I'm taking. So I'm currently in two classes. They're taught by the same person. He's a great professor, but my, heart and soul is just not into it. So I'm taking dairy food processing and cheese. Now, don't get me wrong. I love cheese. Like I live on cheese, but I really am not so fascinated with the chemical composition of cheese. I just want to eat it. So, oh, these classes are killing me. But I took my test yesterday. I did really well on my dairy test. I'm really excited. I crammed and tried to like study, and I got a really cool fountain in my office that just showed up yesterday. I can't show it to you because it's behind the camera and I don't have it plugged in, but it is a mushroom fountain. Okay, so hello, happiness. So I turn my little fountain on and I just, sit and feel in the zen. Okay, Lisa, I don't know why I'm not a top fan anymore. Does it expire after a while? I don't think so. And I don't actually know how you really become a top fan. Um, Other than I think it's from liking posts. I think you have to be liking things. So just make sure you're liking posts because am I working today? Yes, Braden, I am working today. Um, should I be scared? What am I going into? Anyway, so I took my test last night. So I stayed up way too late. I'm really tired, but I did well, right? Um, and so many amazing, beautiful things have happened in the past 2 days that it's kind of funny because when I do sessions on people, um, no, well, liking or loving, it's the same thing. I'll look, Lisa, I will look into it. I will research it. I will see how the top fan thing works because I really don't know. Um, so yes, I don't know what I was saying. I totally just had a moment. Okay, so I'll talk about what I was going to share. I was reading this book. It's really cool. And it talked about being a castle. And I love castles. I think they're fantastic. Um, and it was talking about how you're born and think about yourself as a castle. So you have all of these rooms, and every room is super exciting. And for every room that you have, that is something about you. And so you have to have the opposite of everything to know. If you don't know, if you don't have the opposite of happiness, so if you don't know the opposite, then you don't know what happiness is, right? So you have to have the opposite of everything. But when you're a child and you first have your castle, you are so excited, right? I'm just like imagining this little girl. She's just running through this castle and this beautiful, gown, and with this beautiful hair flowing, right? And you're exploring every room and you're just embracing and loving it. And this castle has no limits. Like, you are just so happy. And then somebody comes to visit your castle and tells you, oh, this room is kind of not the greatest. And so you listen to them and you're like, oh, maybe that room isn't the greatest. So then you shut that door. And so then as more people come to your castle, and they tell you about, oh, I don't like the upholstery in this room, or, oh, this room has a little bit of a draft, or, oh, I get a weird, feel, whatever. So you get where I'm going with this. You start closing off the doors to this castle. And so then by the time, years have gone by, really you had this magnificent, beautiful castle with all these rooms. And now you're basically living in a little tiny house in one little room, and you're scared to go anywhere else. Crazy, but this is exactly what happens to us. And so as I read that, I was like, man, this really resonates with me. And someone asked me, actually it was someone asked me about like working on your inner child. And that's kind of what that is, right? Getting rid of all those past agreements that someone has told you, because someone makes you feel inadequate. Someone makes you feel like you're different than other people. And so then we totally lose that beautiful ability to just resonate and love every part of ourselves. And so I encourage you to start working on opening some of those doors again. Get into the mindset where you open that door and you're like, ah, right, here it is. But you have to love it. You have to love it, every part of it. And part of that is understanding that when we look at someone else and we see them and we're like, man, you're selfish. The reason that you know that is because that resonates with the selfishness inside of you. Don't shove it back and be like, oh my gosh, yeah, you're right. Like, if I say that to someone and I'm like, the reason that you think that person is this is because it's resonating with the selfishness inside of you. Instead of being like, holy, shut that door, slam that door. I don't want to think about that. I'm not selfish. Resonate with it. Be like, you're right. It does resonate with me. I have the full capability of being completely selfish. I do. I'm a human being. Absolutely. So see how that works, instead of being like, oh, I would never be selfish. Yes, I could be. Yes, I have been. It's no different than any other emotion. Let's look at greed. Ooh, that sounds like a really ugly word, right? It's kind of like selfish. Let's look at being dishonest. I recognize dishonesty because I know what dishonesty is, right? I've been dishonest in my life before. Recognize it, sit with it, think about it. You're right, I have. And you know what the beautiful part of it is? I know what dishonesty is. I've been dishonest before. Because of that, I choose to be honest. But I don't want to guilt myself and be like, well, I've been dishonest before and that makes me a bad person. No, it doesn't. It makes me a beautiful person, because I know what dishonesty is. And I know that I don't want to be dishonest, because It doesn't resonate beautifully with me. But I can open that door and I can visit it. Just like I can open the door of honesty and visit it. I recognize and accept that I need both. And I don't want to close that door off because then I'm not fully embracing myself. I'm not fully embracing and loving who I am. The good, the bad, because really, that's just something I've been taught. I had this conversation with Dave. It's been a while ago, but we were talking about swear words. And I'm like, do you realize how stupid swear words are? And he's like, what? And I'm like, I openly admit that I'm well versed in the cuss words. But here's the thing. So we basically have a word that's completely made up, and someone decided somewhere that it was considered to be a offensive word or a swear word. And so therefore we have given it value as a swear word, when in reality, all that is a word coming out of your mouth that is making a specific noise. It really means nothing. And Dave's like, what? And I was like, seriously, resonate with it. Somebody somewhere decided that, it's no different than someone somewhere decided that the color pink is pink. Someone somewhere decided that, a swear word is a swear word. And so therefore it took on the meaning of a swear word, but only because you've been taught that it is a swear word. So if you hadn't been taught that it was a swear word, what does it mean? Nothing. It really doesn't have any meaning. Pink has a meaning because you were taught that that is what the meaning of pink is. And I'm sure that Dave's just like, please, can we talk about something else? Right? Because that's my like deep thinking going into like, but think about it really. It's a word. Does it mean anything? Everything's imagined. He's just like, okay. All right. So, embrace your castle, love your castle, make your castle back the way it was when you were a little kid and you were just running around and you don't care if your clothes match and you're just happy and enjoying life before someone took that away from you. Okay. All right. So happy, beautiful first day of April. I am having the time of my life. Oh, I know what I was going to say. It came back. So when I'm working with a client and they have a trapped emotion, most people think about trapped emotions as they're really negative, right? They're usually frustration, depression, anxiety, trapped emotion of fear. Ooh, one of you has a really big trapped emotion of fear. Like I can see it's resonating really out of this group. But there's a trapped emotion that comes up sometimes, and it's a trapped emotion of overjoy. And sometimes that's hard for me to explain to my clients, but I literally had this happen and I am going to have to release it because I absolutely have trapped overjoy right now. So without going into some sketchy details, literally overjoy. Like yesterday, my mom was here. She brought Tayson. She was watching Tayson. She brought him home. Tayson's my 5-year-old. So I was trying to do all my schoolwork and get caught up. And my mom brings Tayson home and she makes a comment about something that just happened. And I was like, I know, right? I'm like, how could my life get any more on an elevated level of a complete and utter joy right now with being removed from my environment, from my life, from like just, oh my word. And my mom was even just like, there, you have a lot of stuff going on. And I'm like, I know, right? But I've been persistent and I've been working on energy surrounding specific people and specific situations. And I was just like, for me, I'm like, I work with people all the time. And so you guys will message me and be like, hey, just this morning, someone sent me a message and they're like, even just doing one session, they're like, I'm 70% better than I was before. And I'm like, that's beautiful. But for me to see this unfolding for myself, I literally had complete and utter overjoy. Like I was running around my house and my mom's like, you are insanely excited about this. And I'm like, you have no idea. You have no idea. I feel like everything that has been sitting right here that I've been dealing with for the past, I don't know, 2 years, 3 years, it all vaporized in 2 days. Like literally just wow. And so, yeah, I've trapped over joy. Like I'm so overjoyed that I can't sleep. So I have to like release a good emotion because it's creating too much adrenaline and too much excitement. Like when you have a baby and you're just like, whoa, right? So it's crazy. So crazy. Ultimately, I'm going to leave you with this. Do not ever think that things cannot get better because literally I will tell you, and I know this sounds funny because it's from Talladega Nights, but sweet baby Jesus on a pony, miracles happen. Honestly, you can do so much. You have the ability with intention to adjust and change things so much for yourself. Now, I'll caveat that with it has to be with good intention and you cannot purposefully be hurting anyone else. But when you resonate with things need to be beautiful energies and things need to be in a beautiful spot, you can make marvelous, amazing things happen. So there you go. All right, guys, love you. My socks, will I put them on? Yes, Lisa's still pain-free. I have shorts on. Don't anyone freak out, right? I'm like, woohoo! That's a little. Okay, I'm going to take my sock off. So I am wearing Easter socks. Showing you a little leg there. I'm wearing Easter socks because how can I not? Lisa, I am so excited that you are still pain-free since December 20th. And right, what did we do? Like one session, I think? I can't even remember. Oh yeah, it was when I did the session live, right, on Facebook. And then, oh yeah, I'm wearing my cool shirt. Well, my shirts are always cool. I think we did, right? Live shirt, live on Facebook. Because that's right. We released your pain, and then you had one of your emotions traveled. I think it was like to your arm or something. And so right after, you're like, wait, my arm is killing me. And so we simply just released that one as well. And on you went. That's fantastic. Okay, guys, have a beautiful day.